This is Jeremiah Nickless coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. It's nice and sunny, a little bit of clouds, rainstorm moving in. I'm originally from Chandler, Arizona. Down here, do a little coyote call in this afternoon, a little hunting with some friends. Figured I'd go ahead and do my video while I was out here. What better time? So, moving on. One of the questions here is briefly describe why you think you'd be a great candidate for FOXPRO's field staff. Personally, I enjoy the outdoors. The circle of life that goes on in the outdoors is an amazing thing to witness, just amazing thing in general. I love teaching young people, new people to the sport, people who've never hunted before. It's just a great feeling to create memories and pass on traditions and knowledge to these people. Get them interested in things. You know, get you away from the real world. It's relaxing. There's just so much you can see, so much you can do. Mainly, I think though, it's probably the knowledge and memories. That has to be the biggest thing for me. Just this past week, I spent a day out here in this exact area with my daughter. Brought her out here and she got to see her first coyote. We called in 6 that day and had a rather good time. It's memories she'll have forever, and that's probably the biggest thing. Knowledge and memories, just passing that stuff on. I think that's probably the biggest part. So next thing would be to briefly discuss your typical calling stand from start to finish. What sounds do you use, the volumes, what species are you targeting? Out here in Arizona, we have a pretty broad spectrum of wildlife to hunt. Predators, big game, you name it, it's here. Most of our predator hunts that I personally do is coyote. Occasionally we'll try for fox or we'll try for bobcat. There is mountain lion out here. Unfortunately, I haven't had the privilege of seeing one of those yet, but that's on my to-do list. So hopefully I'll get that chance. Our typical calling stand starts early morning. We're normally out before daylight. Try to get set up 60, 70 yards off of our decoy and our call. Start out with a coyote locate call. Kind of get that real loud, good and loud. See if we get anything to answer back. We'll let it run for a cycle for sure, maybe 2, depending on what happens. At which point I'll move into a soft, kind of low rabbit in distress call, whether it be the lightning jack, the cotton-tailed DSE, just so many different ones. Let that play about 6 to 8 minutes, slowly increase the volume up. Then I'll bring the volume down. If we haven't really seen or heard anything at that point, we'll kind of bring the volume down and move over into a pup and rabbit fight. Let that start out slow. You know, we'll take a break, a couple minutes in between, just keep an eye out, see if anything's moving in, curious, what have you, in between each one of our calls. Take and slowly work the volume up on our rabbit and pup fight until for a good 8 to 10 minutes. Usually that's when we get something coming in pretty heavy, at about the 20 to 22 minute mark. At least recently we have. If we haven't gotten anything by then, I'll switch to strictly a pup distress 3, which I'll play low for about 2 to 3 minutes and then work the volume up on that and let that play the duration of our stand, whether it be 10, 12, 15 minutes. Typical stands about 30 minutes, 35, sometimes longer. Normally we do that during the summer months when it's warmer and the pups are on the ground. Winter months, really the calls are kind of anywhere in the winter months, just about anything. Food gets a little scarce, coyotes get really hungry, they get moving out here. So just about anything will work. The vol squeaks works really good on some of the more skittish coyotes. For some reason they love those vol squeaks, so you can bring them in from a good distance. During the afternoon hunts, like we have here today, we'll use a bird bird distress or something small. You know, it's hot. Coyotes don't really like to work too much in the hot. It's they're opportunity animals, so they're going to try to get an easy meal, and a lot of times the smaller animal is an easier target for them. So anything they're going to have to fight with, they really just kind of shy away from it here in the afternoon. So that's the goals for the afternoon hunts in the summers. So moving on to the next thing would be, how would you respond to the following statements from a FOXPRO customer? First statement is, I've had this FOXPRO collar for 6 months and I haven't called in a thing with it yet. What am I doing wrong? Well, that's a pretty tough one to answer. There's numerous things that could be going on there. It could be that you're hunting in a highly traveled area, whether it be vehicle traffic, pedestrian traffic, off-road vehicle traffic. There's a lot of stuff plays in with that. It could just be that the coyotes are hunted heavily in that area, and they're real skittish to calls. So normally I would say it's probably best to do some scouting, go out a couple days on any afternoons or what have you, check where you're going to go. Sometimes it doesn't hurt when you get before you even get out of the truck in the morning. Let a coyote locate call out and see if you get an answer back. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. I mean, we've had it where we don't get them when we get out of the truck, and we still sit the stand and call stuff in. There's just many different variables that play into that. The weather, is it windy? Is it too hot? You know, is the wind, are you sitting with the call downwind from you so that you're blowing your scent into the woods? If there's a big food source in the area, you know, sometimes coyotes won't come to it when there's a heavy food source. You know, if the food's easy and readily available, a lot of times they're not going to come to a call. Just many different variables. Are you walking in loudly? You know, are you parking your truck away from where you're hunting, trying to disguise your truck and walking in? So many different things play into that it's really hard to pinpoint it. So I would go through the questions and ask them how they're doing their stands, what they're doing. Try to offer some advice on what I maybe would change. And in fact, I'd ask them to come hunt with me. Maybe we can go hunting together and see what happens. You know, sometimes it's just the area that you're in, or it's just little things that you don't realize you're doing that somebody else will see. So I mean, I'm always willing to take somebody hunting if they're willing to go. So, and believe me, I love to hunt, so that always plays in handy. Next question on that is, what would I say to a customer, or how would you respond to the question of a person asking which collar to purchase, FOXPRO or Brand X? Naturally, as you can see, I hunt with a FOXPRO. This is the first e-collar that I've had, and I love it. The amount of sounds that you get preloaded, there's a variety of different animals you can call. I mean, this one had 200 sounds on it. You can call just about anything you want. Bobcats, coyotes, raccoons, mountain lions, elk, turkeys, you name it, it's on there. There's a sound for it, guaranteed. The quality of the sounds, the customization. I can move sounds around on my remote so that I know exactly how many buttons I need to push to get to what sound, so that I'm not fidgeting around looking at my remote trying to figure out what sound I'm on, where I'm at, those things. The FOXBang feature, great feature. Set a preloaded sound so when you fire, a pup distress call goes off. That works great for me. I'm really bad about not changing the call when I should, but that's something I need to work on. I have a friend and a hunting partner. He's actually filming the video for me, waiting on me to get done with this so we can actually go hunting, getting the evil eye. But he has an e-collar that he purchased on a little bit of a tighter budget, and comparing the sounds and quality of the calls themselves, the sounds on the FOXPRO are much clearer, much crisper. The collar itself is louder. The one he has specifically, it sounds like the animals are in a kennel. You can hear the echo, you can hear many different noises in the background that just doesn't sound normal. So it's one of those things. You know, FOXPRO offers a variety of collars in a variety of price ranges. So if there's something, you know, if your budget's tight, they offer something for that. You know, the customer service is excellent, by far better than any customer service that I've dealt with on just about anything. So that's always a big plus. The ease of customization with the sounds, the noise, the FOXPRO tool for your computer, so that you can customize it. It makes it really simple to use and a really great product. You just have to weigh out the options and what are you looking for in a collar. So that pretty much concludes my video interview. We're getting ready to work our way down this road here and hopefully get a nice little coyote kill today, and if I do, I'll be sure to share it with you guys. Thanks for offering me the opportunity to do this, and I hope to hear from you soon.